What you been learning the word these days, Jim?
This week, I've been, um, this year actually, when the year started, I was thinking to myself, man, last year in 2020, I have not really had a close relationship with God. It's sporadic, you had that here and there moments, but on a daily basis, it was not a personal one-on-one relationship with God, right?
Yeah.
And it's my fault. I can't really blame anybody. I can't really blame the pandemic. The pandemic actually provided me ample enough time to spend with God, right? I worked at home basically since March to right now, actually, which provided me ample enough time to spend time with God in the mornings before I wake up, or after I'm done studying, before I go to sleep, spend time with God. But you know what? It was my own. I don't want to be like Christianese spiritual. It was just my own flesh and desires. Like, nah, I'm good. I'll push it back to another day, right?
Yeah.
And it's not like that. If you're in a relationship with somebody, and for a relationship to thrive, one of the main thing for a relationship to work is communication, right? And if you have one partner that wants to communicate, that just like dearly and so desirably wants to communicate, they will want to communicate. But the other person does not want to communicate. You're going in two different directions. The relationship won't work, right? But with fortunately with God, He's gonna continue pursuing us. He's gonna continue pursuing me, either way, until I speak with Him, develop that relationship. That's what's beautiful about God. He never forsake you.
True.
Whatsoever, and that's what's beautiful. He's always here. Like right now, as we're speaking, the Spirit of the Lord is here with us. Like Jesus said, whenever there's two or three that come to my name, I'm there always. So God is teaching me, and He's telling me that I am providing you. I'm there. I'm always there with you. I'm gonna give you the vision and desires of your heart, but you need to come to me because I am the bread of life. Without me, you will not survive. You will survive for a little while, but you will dry out. I am the branch that will continue providing nutrients.
True.
And basically God told me if you decide to walk away from the branch, you're gonna wither away, right? So that's what God has been teaching me. So this week, 1 Peter 5:8, I'll say it. First Peter like, be sober minded, be sober, be watchful. Your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking who he may devour. So that I'll read the NIV version. Start with verse 7. Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares about you. And then it moves forward to be alert and be sober-minded. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. Resist him, stand firm in the faith, because you know that the family of believers throughout the world is undergoing the same kind of suffering. And you know what? That spoke to me. And I text Greg. I'm gonna text you too when I experience some encouragement from the word, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that showed me that, especially verse 7, that to cast your anxiety. This is not the only verse that's stated in that particular chapter, in that particular book. It's also stated in the gospel too. Cast your anxiety onto God because He cares for you. And that's the beautiful thing. Whatever anxiety that I have, that I'm experiencing, give it to God because He died for my sin, right? And as I was continue reading, be sober minded, be alert, because the enemy, the devil, who wants to kill us, is like a roaring lion. And the author may specifically give the description of Satan as a lion. He also, in the Bible, you know that as well, that God is described as a lion as well.
Yeah.
But what I find unique is that when the author mentioned that Satan is a lion, he put it in a way that the lion is seeking a prey to kill, right? But compared to Jesus, right, it is described as a lion that's majestic, that you can't kill. The lion's there to protect, right? And I noticed that the author is saying to me, what the Spirit is telling me is that you need to be sober minded. Sober minded means free of sinful thoughts. Free of sinful thoughts and be alert. Because when you're in sin, your thoughts are not really clear per se. When I mean that not really clear is that you're in sin.
True.
So your body's in sin, you're in the flesh. You're not in the spirit. So you're not thinking what the Spirit is thinking. You're thinking what the flesh is thinking. And in Galatians it states clearly, the Word of God, if you're walking in the flesh, you're gonna produce the desires of the flesh. You're gonna produce fruits of the flesh.
True.
But if you're walking in the spirit, spirit is life. Spirit provides water. Spirit provides that nutrient. Spirit, you're gonna produce what is of the spirit, which is peace, joy, kindness, whatnot. Fruit of the spirit. I'm paraphrasing what the fruit of the spirit is, but it's in Galatians, right?
Yeah.
But what Peter is saying here, or I say what the author is saying, is that be sober minded and be alert. Don't be in the flesh, because when you're in the flesh, you're not alert. And if you're in the flesh and have flesh for carnal thoughts, you are going to produce fruit of the flesh, which provides the opportunity for Satan to come in and attack you. So that's basically what the Lord has been teaching me this week actually, and I want to continue and further on my relationship with God 2021, and be with God. You know, be close, be the branch that's close to the source, and as a branch that's close to the source, I want to experience this blessing. I want to experience the grace. I want to experience that when I fall and sin, I have a Father that's there to forgive me of my sin and not judge me. So that's a really good thing.